Hello, besties. What is up? Happy Tuesday, and welcome back to the most unhinged, sparkly, anti-capitalist corner of the internet. I am your girl, Transx Bombshell, and I am so excited to be here with you all. If you are new here, smash that follow button and join the chaos. Hi, Crazy Dad. I see you in there first. I saw the first redemption. It went through. Sorry it didn't pop up for you. I do assure you I see it. I don't think we're scuffed today. I think we have got a really smooth stream. It's going to be really cool because I actually did remember to switch the codec over yesterday. So we are full speed ahead. What's up, Sir Vimto? How are you doing? So the countdown is real. We've got big announcements, and here is our goal check. We are just 40 followers away from hitting 1,000, and when we do, the celebration is sealed. It's going to be a white flare elite trainer box. That's an ETB for those of us that know, and a Pokemon trading card game box for those of us that don't. Every follow tonight pushes us closer to that massive celebratory pull. So hit the follow button so that we can get closer to giving that thing away. Also, the final stream of the week will not be streaming, as we know. I don't stream any other day. I'm just a Monday, Tuesday as of now. Hint. And there's a new era coming up, as I'm hinting. That hint does mention I am transitioning out of my current role, and I am moving on to a new stream room soon. We'll be seeing that. May have been given some sneak peeks of that on social media, but get ready for watch parties, cosplays, and marathon streams of games that are coming off the shelf that I've been meaning to get to anyway. So again, hit the follow button. Make sure to also subscribe. Go to transxbombshell.com. Any of the links that you find do support the stream. I am in a transitional phase, so any and all support that you can provide is greatly appreciated. So with all that being said, let's dive into some peak municipal absurdity. Oh, hold on. I've got Steam alerts. What is that? Universal Sandbox is on sale. You know what? That is right up my alley. Oh, it's only 30% off. So besties, let's dive into some peak municipal absurdity. You may have noticed them. There's those giant, obviously fake fiberglass rocks that city planners use to hide like ugly infrastructure, like cell phone towers or massive utility boxes. And the trend is, in my opinion, getting out of control. It is the perfect metaphor for capitalism's attempt to cover up its ugliness with cheap, hollow facades. And the context is, why pay for real landscaping when you can buy a $5,000 fiberglass boulder? The absurdity is that the fake rocks are usually bigger, uglier, and more conspicuous than the utility box that they're trying to hide. Engagement that I want to ask for is, what is the most hilariously fake facade that society, a company, or your job uses to cover up an ugly truth? Mine is that whole team player label that they use to cover up like free overtime and unpaid labor. But drop your facade failure in the chat. The most accurate and ridiculous one is going to get 100 social credits. I'll drop your social credits, that may or may not be able to be used. That's still up for debate. I still don't think we've answered that. I still don't think we have an idea. What's your most terrible job, the most hilariously fake attempt at covering up an ugly truth? Beautiful churches or government buildings hiding the ugly inside. Ooh, it's gonna be hard to beat that one. Good job, Crazy Dad. All right, Ted, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Hope all is well. Crazy Dad. Add points. Crazy Dad just drops this behemoth of an answer. You know what? For an answer like that, 2,000 points to you, Crazy Dad. Congratulations. That puts you at 8,802 secret social credits. All right, now for some real world liberty that affects every creator and voice actor. And we are talking about the AI voice replication and deepfake technology currently being used to replace real performers. Companies are taking voice samples and training AI models, effectively creating an employee who never sleeps, never needs a break, and never asks for a raise. It's the ultimate anti union tool. And the core issue is that the legal systems are miles behind the technology. Actors and artists are losing control over their own voices and likenesses. And it perfectly highlights how capitalism sees human creativity only as data to be mined. So, what I'm asking here is if you could write one law now to protect creative workers from AI deepfakes, what would it be? Mine would be that every piece of AI generated work must be taxed at 50% and put into like a UBI fund. Drop your revolutionary AI protection law below. I've always felt those eyesores make me uncomfortable. Are you talking about the fiberglass things? Because they really do make me feel kind of uneasy. Been drifting a bit. Are you tired? Every piece of AI content should be watermarked as such. I agree wholeheartedly. I think all AI content should be like shared. Like if it's actually like showing like an AI person or something like that. By the way, I think we're extremely crispy clear today. I don't think we're scuffed at all. Everything's running really smooth since I switched that codec over. Because we're on the processor today. The processor is actually running the camera. And if we do any gaming, gaming will be on the graphics card solely. So if you have one law right now that would protect creative workers, what would it be? Every piece of AI content should be watermarked as such. That's Servimto. Crazy Dad says, yeah, 50% of profit then distributed between all guilds, less likely to be used or profitable. So Crazy Dad just basically copies my idea. Well, I'm going to go with that one because obviously that's my idea. That's cheap. You can't just copy my idea and use it as your own. Oh, wait. I'm a communist, so I don't believe in intellectual property. You're fine. For AI not to be classed as art and other things like that. Ooh. Wait a minute. So you're saying that like if it's AI, it cannot be considered art. Are you saying that anything AI therefore because for like so you're saying like AI anything AI becomes like public basically. The AI needs to list its sources. Crazy Dad's like, wait, if that doesn't count, I need another one. You know, AI does citations if you ask for it. I've fooled around with AI quite a bit. Yes, as it takes away human creativity. I like so anything made with AI becomes part of the public domain. I'm kind of workshopping yours, Ted. You feel free to veto me. It's your idea. But Ted, I think I'm on board. I think I think Ted's about to get some points, y'all. Here comes some points. Some secret social credits. Said Carlife 11. 1,000 points to ye, sir. That puts you at 7,200. Congratulations. You've won a car. It's a secret car you can't see or use or drive. Sir Vimto, I had an argument with AI today. Arguing with AI now, are we? I asked it about Rob Reiner's death, and it insisted he wasn't dead. This went on for 5 minutes until I instructed it to Google the most recent 25 articles on Rob Reiner it could find. It then apologized. So I think a lot of instances of AI are like programmed like from 6 months ago or something. So like whatever they were, whatever state they were in or whatever the state of the world was when they were created, I think is what they were frozen in. So it may not entirely have been its fault because I think it is in sort of a arrested state of development. I believe that's what I recall. Oh, it's like talking to a Republican. Ayo, let's go. Let's go, crazy dad. That was nice. That was a really good one. Oh. Sir Vimto says, here's what an excuse was. When you first said he was dead, the claim hit a very specific red flag category for me. Real, living, public figure, violent crime implicating a family member, politically charged, context in that situation. My default behavior is defensive skepticism. The system is designed to stop the spread of false violence claims first, even before verification, because 9 times out of 10, those claims are hoaxes. That's why you felt the pushback so strongly. I was operating in prevent harm mode, not investigate mode. Okay, prevent harm first. Interesting. I argue when it pops up Samsung, I keep asking it to go away. Then I have to manually do it. You know, that's what I do. I'm constantly like, can you not? I'm like, Gemini, go away, or okay, Google, shut the up. Because I'm constantly fighting with AI to like butt out AI and different like voice prompts, language learning models, or whatever you call them. I'm constantly yelling at Gemini to leave. So we need a palate cleanser because my blood pressure is fully unionizing against me. Let's talk about these glasses because, babes, I'm living. These are the Zenni cat eye glasses that have some sparkle finish in the corners. And because my eyewear has a more expensive worldview than Congress, they are lightweight, cute, blue light approved. That's blue light blocking with their blocks. And if you use my code TransXBombshell, you'll save some coin. You'll see clearly and you'll oppose capitalism. Period. So go ahead and get to Zenni.com, get your frames. You can even upload a photo so you can try them on digitally. And be sure to use TransXBombshell to get the best price. And you can find that below. Let's go ahead and go on to the most ridiculous courtesy rule. Digital courtesy rule that everyone follows. Like sending OMW when they're like, when they haven't even left their house yet. You know, like you have 3 to 5 business days to respond when somebody shares a cute cat video to you or a TikTok. So what is the silliest digital courtesy rule? And the most accurate and ridiculous one gets some social credits. Depending on how good it is, it's going to be like maybe 100 to 1,000. I argue when it pops up with Samsung. I like that. I think that's funny. First in chat, you think that's a ridiculous courtesy? The first in chat is to encourage people to use chat. It's not a digital courtesy rule. I'll go ahead and call it what it is. It is an engagement tool. I'm trying to get y'all to talk because it's really hard to stream when people don't talk to you. So it's a trick. It's a trick to get you to break the ice and get other people to see that you're in chat, you're chatting. So why not chat too? And I'm just I'm trying to get you to warm up chat. I'm trying you to warm up, get my chat warm. That's what it is. Uh, Anybody else? What is the most accurate and ridiculous digital courtesy rule that you are aware of? I'm happy to also report. What's yeah, I'm using it. Thank you, crazy dad. As it gets late, I drop off sometimes, or I'm not fully there. Sorry. You're fine, Ted. I know you're across the pond. I know it gets quite late, and I'm gonna probably be doing earlier streams. Um, I'm gonna be experimenting with some different things. We're gonna see what sticks. Whatever I have the most fun doing, that's what I'm gonna do because that's kind of the whole reason I do this. Um, Let me think. Digital courtesy rule that I think is ridiculous. Um, so there's one. I probably shouldn't talk about it, but I'm going to. So there's like a rule, like when you're streaming with other streamers, when you raid, you're supposed to just like kind of go in and raid and then just like leave. You're not supposed to like stay and chat too much. You're really supposed to just like leave. But like I like talking to other streamers and like I don't ever see a lot of them that often. And I know I'm coming in and I'm raiding and I'm bringing my people and I'm supposed to like drop them off. It's like dropping your kids off at the skating rink or something. But I want to say hi. So I do stop and I chat, probably a little more than I should. But that is why I'm always like, all right, gotta go. And I'm trying to do the thing because you know, they're doing their show and I just did my show and I'm ending my show. So I should end my show. But I legitimately want to say hi. So I do. That's one of mine. It's a digital courtesy rule that's spoken, unspoken, and encouraged within the guild's mentors and such. Dust your hands off. Here, they're your problem. You deal with crazy dad. Up here, let Ted fall asleep in your chat. Here, let's serve him to talk to AI in your chat. All right. I've got another question. I've only been online more the past year since I was younger. Nice. That's cool. So you're like getting more involved, getting more online, getting more on the internet. It's actually kind of dope. Like in the later life, most people shut in. I applaud you for reaching out. Let's go. So you've been granted one superpower, and that only causes mild, non-lethal inconvenience to others once a day. What's your power? And what is the first deeply petty thing you're gonna do with it? So an example of this would be like the ability to make someone's shoes slightly damp. And the most original and petty answer gets like 100 social credits. So I'm not up to date with all of this. You're fine. You're in the perfect place. This is the best stream for people that don't usually watch people that stream. I've always been involved in chat things since AIM. You're in the perfect place because I like to chat. I like to run my mouth. See, I am actually a way back. I was on AIM. I did Zynga. I did MySpace. I was in those phone chat rooms. Their toilet paper airways always has a wet spot in the middle. Ooh, that's a good one. That's a very mild, non-lethal inconvenience. Yeah. I like that. Like you use your power, and now they're their toilet paper has a wet spot. You can only use it once per day. That was the rule. But that's still a really good one. Like you've made it so that someone's toilet paper is wet in the middle. They're gonna poke themselves in the butthole. Like that's what's happening. They're gonna poke themselves in the butthole. Yeah, your finger's good. If the toilet paper is wet, your finger is going through the toilet paper. And if you think it's dry and you expect to be able to apply pressure, and you go to apply pressure to wet toilet paper, boop, you're ding dong. Like, hello. It's a bit of a uh we'll call it the joy buzzer. To be able to make them sneeze by pointing at them. You point at someone and they sneeze, and now they think you're possessed. They immediately assume that you have like demonic powers. You just at you. You're like, ah. That would kind of freak me out. I'm not gonna lie. Wouldn't it freak you out? It's a shitty hand to play. Yeah, you've made a shitty point. I hate sneezing. Oh yeah, and then involuntary sneezing on top of that. Assault, an involuntary sneezing assault at that. That's petty as it gets. That's ridiculous. Um, Mine would be like somebody's socks get wet. Because that's one of my things that I hate the most. So to be able to just make somebody's socks, just boop, your socks are damp. It's a power and it's inconvenient. It is hella inconvenient. Ted, I think you've got something there. Multiple sneezes would be devastating. Like if you point and just like start sneezing, like in a chain of sneezes uncontrollably. Ugh. Oh yeah, especially if they're like driving, that actually could be dangerous. It's supposed to be not dangerous though. Wet socks and sneezing are both terrible. We're a very petty chat. I'm gonna give it to us. We all get points, but for me, I've got to say, crazy dad. That's a crazy that's a crazy superpower. Crazy dad, you are getting for that one that made me legitimately laugh because somebody's gonna poke themselves in the butthole. That is a 2,000 social credits. That puts you at 10,802 total social credits of all time. Wait, it sounds like terrible in the best possible way, but it's not the best possible way. It's actually the worst. And clinch, don't fart is actually good advice no matter what you're doing. I honestly think you could be doing just about anything and clinch, don't fart. Valid advice, regardless of the context. So we're gonna go ahead and get on over to some gaming. An even number. It's like a warm hug. Yeah, again, clinch, don't fart. That's life. Good life advice. We're gonna get over and do some gaming because I actually could not get the gaming working yesterday. I went to do some Marvel Rivals, and we had the wrong codec. And that prevented us from being able to play very much because, as we learned, oh gosh, let's hope I ran OBS as an administrator. As we learned, we could not get the game to function very well because we were running it turned out that the graphics were being processed by the processor with a codec that's extremely system demanding and just kind of outdated. So we now have a codec that is more geared specifically for the AMD processor, which I do run a Ryzen 7, which as we discussed yesterday with Butternut, it is a little dated, but it's not that dated. So it's not horrifically dated. Now, that being said, I do real quick want to pop over and chat about the raffle. Now, the raffle, we did have one entry that we've got to add because Crazy Dad is first in chat. So we'll get that added now. And also, I want to mention that you can enter the raffle. Free using social credits. 1,000 social credits. That is down below. You just have to enter and you'll get on this raffle wheel. So let's switch on over to the game. I want to see if we can get this going because we could not get it that clean yesterday. And I think I fixed the problem and I honestly never tested it. And if it doesn't work, I'm just going to do something else. Ooh. Seems to be running really well. So they're just going to do their own songs and music and soundtrack. They have their own genre, which is just songs from Marvel Rivals. They just do full audio now. Alright. Just remember, chat, clinch, don't fart. Just limited time units? Oh, you only get 200. What do you think, chat? Oh, it's a little scuffed. We're a little scuffed, huh? It is a problem still. Is it gonna look bad? If I close the raffle wheel, is that made you have a good giggle? Oh, about clinch don't fart? That was definitely worth a good giggle. Let's do a test get. Ah, I'm already scuffed. I'm already a little laggy. Oh, if I try this, it's not gonna work. I think there was some other settings. Let me see. Rate control. What is the best rate control setting for my encoder on Twitch OBS output? Just CBR. I've got it on CBR. I've got it on 6,000. Oh, set the keyframe interval to 2. Alright, let's try this. Alright. This might improve it a bit. I normally look in processes and see where my CPU or RAM is being drawn. Right now my CPU is at 2. I just changed my keyframe to 2. I think that might have helped tremendously. Oh, no. Once I click on the game, the system demands from the game make everything jump up to 7.9. Alright, let's do this. Wait, how do I look at system processes? So it's just like a task manager. So Marvel Rivals is doing 15%. OBS is doing 3%. My CPU is at 25%. Jumps to 34, 36, 37. So my system is insane. This shouldn't be a problem. I've got 64 gigabytes of memory. And I'm barely touching it. But for some reason, I'm hitting the ceiling of my NVIDIA 3060. What is causing me to use 55%, 100% of my 3060? Because my AMD Ryzen 7 is barely being used. And that's what's supposed to be on OBS. Yeah, so stream output AMD. Yeah, I'm on AMD HW H.264. So all of this should be good. But my GPU keeps freaking out from Marvel Rivals by itself. Why is my I'm dropping frames like crazy. Can y'all hear me? Does it look bad? Because, like, I'm supposed to be, like... Yeah, like, my graphics card's maxed out. This doesn't make any sense. I have an NVIDIA 3060. And it's struggling to run just this game. This doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense, honestly. Everything's low. Crazy. You can hear me, but I'm choppy. This is crazy. Just being on the title screen, I'm like maximizing my graphics processor. This is crazy. Yeah, maybe there's an update that I'm missing. Like, this is crazy. I can't imagine that this is right. I mean, that's one theory. I'll give it a shot. NVIDIA update. I have the GeForce RTX 3060. Or is it 3070? See, task manager, processes. $30.60. I always think updates sometimes create a problem. I'll look and see if others have the same problem. Please do. Here's the game radio driver. The game ready driver is different than the studio driver. I didn't like the studio driver last time. Uh-oh, there is one. That might explain a lot. Um, Looks like there is a NVIDIA display driver. That might explain why we're having a little bad performance on the game side of things now. It looks like the production, and now that we're on this codec, things are really clear when I'm not running the game. And so we do still have a bit of a power draw issue, but as of right now, I don't seem to be getting great performance out of my graphics card. I'm not going to get the NVIDIA app. Just going to do the driver. Okay, ensure you're using the NVIDIA encoder. I don't use NVIDIA for my encoder because I use my processor, which is an AMD. And I want to use since I'm gaming and streaming on the same machine, it's usually understood that it's better to have the encoder of my processor. So therefore that workload gets put onto the processor. But I mean, all of this is up to like what works best and what's for me. I'm trying to get my my graphics processing unit, my GPU, tweaked and dialed in because I'm looking at my task manager and it doesn't appear as though